Hello, welcome to another video. And today's video, today's video will be on how to tell what grade a neighborhood property is in. A, B, or C. So the quickest rule of thumb is that A is somewhere you want to live or seek that neighborhood out. And B is you could live there, but wouldn't stay long term. C is that you wouldn't want to live there. But that's only dividing it into 3 categories. Now I will go into more details. So I'll divide it into 5 categories now. But yeah, 3 categories, that's how you determine what type of neighborhood it is. So, however, while you may want to live a certain place, a ton of people may actually want to rent there instead. Some people buy C rentals near their B home. Now, so a more detailed way to figure out. First, I'm going to start off with A. So A is in a well-off area where most people have high-paying white-collar jobs or small businesses, lots of late-model cars, often luxury brands, and possibly also some very high-end properties. For example, Winter Park, Florida, in the Orlando area, usually better for investing, for equity growth rather than income, because it's expensive and many people who want to live there prefer to buy, not rent. Premium neighborhood equals premium price. You can also see some MILFs, Teslas, 3-car garage with the sports car for the boomer, a bunch of lawn maintenance guys mowing the lawn or trimming the hedges, close to cultural attractions like the best parks, shopping, restaurants, theaters, etc. Now, moving on to B. So, B would be middle class area. People here have some money and mediocre paying jobs, yet a large portion of people still rent because they can't save up enough money. This is the sweet spot, according to many investors. Maybe some grass needs to be cut, but overall not too bad. There may be that one house, but everything else looks good. Middle class urban sprawl with a few amenities. Close to good schools. Now, moving on to the C neighborhoods. C neighborhoods, this is the working class area. Most people here have lower paying jobs. Many live paycheck to paycheck and are at a higher risk of not paying. Rates of defaulting spike higher here. The property is worth very little, but cash flows amazingly on a percentage basis if you can get tenants who pay. C tends to have much lower priced properties that would be 20% more just a few neighborhoods away. It also tends to have a lot of rental properties. Cars on blocks in the neighborhoods. Blue collar, working class, not a whole lot of money around, but people are making a living and have something to lose. Immigrant neighborhoods or low income, but no metal bars anywhere, no trash on the street. You will have people on the porch, but mostly older folk, and no gang activity that's noticeable. Well-kept houses from the 60s or 70s that haven't been updated. average or below average schools. Okay. Okay. Now, moving on to the Section D neighborhoods. The D neighborhoods. Section 8 housing is very common, and crime tends to be an issue. It's possible to invest profitably here if you run it yourself and are good at finding the right Section 8 people who will stay long-term and not trash the place. Some D neighborhoods have high levels of gang activity, and most property managers don't want to deal with the headaches these properties involve. Cars on blocks in the neighborhood, guys outside with no shirts, standing around and mean mugging you as you drive by. Liquor stores with mean metal bars on the windows, boarded windows, vandalism, round tires, collecting rainwater, and mosquito larvae. It's large parts of Detroit, Baltimore, St. Louis, and 90% of Ohio. Rental neighborhood full of bugs. High levels of violent crime, and/or lots of rundown/abandoned property. Now, moving on to the F neighborhoods. The F neighborhoods are mostly abandoned buildings that should be condemned. You can buy houses or apartments for $1 if you are willing to pay off the back taxes and spend money fixing it up. Go to local grocery stores and fast food. Oh yeah, by the way, this is separate from the F rating. This is just some extra tips, okay? Extra tips. Go to your local grocery stores and fast food restaurants. Take note of the employees. High school kids and older people typically indicate higher grade areas. Crime and school stats are a good proxy for whether it's a A/B, C, or D neighborhood. Because most schools are average or below average, most neighborhoods are Class C or D, with more that are Class C. Class A neighborhoods have buildings that look newly renovated and expensive. From the outside, Class B and Class C neighborhoods often look pretty similar architecturally, although there can be some new Class B construction. But for the older housing stock, there may be less curb appeal in terms of lawn care, gardening, fence maintenance, unpaved parking, and not enough trash cleanup in C. It's relative to the area though. A in one area could be a B in another area, or even a C. You can also try walking around on Google Maps. And that's it for today. Good night.